We are hitting hard in L.A., Cleveland, Chicago, and your town is on fire.
Hammer, you ain't hitting in New York.
What?
So what you gonna do about that, Hammer?
People be talking shit about Hammer, but run up on it.
Hammer beat your
I bet
ass.
you'll beat your
Hammer
mother
beat your monk ass. Run up on Hammer.
What's up, family? Make sure you like, subscribe, and set your notifications for me. So if you're like me, I'm on YouTube sometime watching some of these platforms, and I just happened to catch Erick Sermon on one of these major platforms, and he was telling a story about when he was on tour with MC Hammer and a few others, and apparently there was an altercation where EPMD got into it with Hammer and his team. So the story goes, and you probably seen this on the show, but the story goes where they kept asking EPMD's man to like get off the riders or something like that, and I guess the next show happened and he did the same thing. So apparently MC Hammer's brother Lou approached one of EPMD's guys and was like, hey man, I told you about doing that. It was kind of mouthing off at him. So as this was happening, supposedly or allegedly, Perry from EPMD came over and he, I guess, punched Lou in the face, knocked his glasses off. Now this is what the story goes by Erick Sermon. This is what he's saying. So if this is the case, I guess his brother Lou went back and kind of notified the rest of the team, the rest of Hammer's team, like, hey, these guys is tripping. I think at this point, EPMD and their team knew that it was some trouble that could be going down or about to happen or whatever the case. So they were getting ready to try to make an exit out of the concert hall. They started going down one of the corridors, one of the hallways, and they said it had to been like 70 MC Hammer dancers. They was not getting out of that, and it was only 4 of them. So they figured it was about to go down. Well, right before anything could really happen, the sheriff department apparently either showed up or they were in the building, and they kind of broke everything up. So really the sheriff department, I guess, saved the day for EPMD at that moment. The only punch that happened was the one between Paris and Hammer's brother, allegedly. So after that, supposedly, I guess there was a conversation somewhere between Russell Simmons and Hammer and his team, and they said that they did not want any more static with EPMD. And my thoughts on this is I think that Hammer just really wanted to protect the bag. I think he was trying to make sure the tour was still going and the money was still flowing. But here's where it goes left. During the same interview, Erick Sermon said that the next day, MC Hammer did not want to show up to the show, which happens to be in Oakland, and that's where Hammer is from. So tone is everything. The way Erick Sermon made it sound as if Hammer was almost scared to show up in his hometown to perform this show back in the day, which I truly doubt. So if you're up on the history of MC Hammer, he is one of those not to be messed with. And so far, I haven't seen any responses from MC Hammer about this Erick Sermon story. My thoughts is Hammer is just living life right now. He's doing his own thing, and he probably didn't get word that Erick Sermon has told a story from his standpoint, but it'd be interesting to hear from Hammer's standpoint on how everything actually went down. Now back on Erick Sermon. Now this guy's talented as well. He's brought out some. Erick Sermon has made a name for himself, not only being a member of EPMD duo, but also he's brought out acts like K Solo, Redman, Keith Murray, and he actually even put together the Hit Squad and the Def Squad. And let's not forget Daz Effects. So I have to bring this up because if you heard the story like I heard it, it would be interesting to hear what Hammer has to say. If you're from Oakland, please leave it in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this past MC Hammer versus Erick Sermon, if there was really any beef or was it just a misunderstanding. If you heard a different story, leave it in the comments and let me know. And people, please don't forget to subscribe.